Hi, welcome to Movie Review Mom. The movie that I'm reviewing today is called The Mustang. It is rated R. It's 96 minutes long, and the grade that I gave it is an A-. I actually really enjoyed this movie. In the beginning, we're told that over 100,000 wild Mustangs, an icon of the American West, still roam across the United States. The words on the screen tell you overpopulation, limited resources, and privatization of public lands now threaten their existence. In response, the federal government rounds up thousands of Mustangs a year to help with population control. A few hundred are sent to prisons to be trained by inmates for sale at public auction. And that's what this movie is about a prisoner who trains this wild horse and the things that happen to both of them. It's written and directed by de Clermont-Tonnerre, and this film is the story of this prisoner in Nevada. And it piqued my curiosity because I live in Nevada and I never knew about this program. This man is selected to work with a particularly unbreakable Mustang. And in fact, Robert Redford, who loves the outdoors and horses and all things nature, his Sundance Institute had a hand in discovering de Clermont-Tonnerre, I'm probably pronouncing her name incorrectly, her talent. And this is her directorial debut. So I'm really excited for her, and I'm sure we're going to see many great things from her because I thought she did a really great job. This movie really flew under the radar when it was in theaters, but because of strong performances, I think it's worth a look at. Cowboys and horse lovers will especially enjoy this film, and it actually comes out on DVD on June 11th, which is why I'm reviewing it today. So some tips for parents are, first of all, there's some profanity, including F-bombs. And I think really it's the F-bombs that earned this movie rated R. There's a scene where some prisoners are in the shower, they're taking a shower, but they have their boxers on. You know, the water gets on the boxers and you can see a little bit of skin, but not really much. It's not like this big nudity scene. Yeah, they're tatted up, you know, they don't have shirts on or anything like that. But really, I think it's the F-bombs. And there's, you know, some fighting kind of stuff, but not that much. Tone it down, and it could have easily been a PG-13 movie, I think. Some of the really positive themes are redemption of both man and beast, horses, finding the best part of yourself, man and horses. And Henry, who's played by Jason Mitchell, says, you always want to control your head. And he's talking again about man and horses. Forgiveness and resentment are some themes. Patience is a very strong theme. And controlling your strength is a very positive and powerful theme. So some things that I liked is, first of all, my first car was a Mustang. I'm just saying. So Matthias, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Schoenaerts? Anyway, he's the star, was outstanding. I thought, congratulations for him for already having 4 movies hit the big screen this year, and it's only June. He's originally from Belgium, and he won the Caesar Award for Most Promising Actor. I first spotted his handsome face in the beautiful drama Far from the Madding Crowd, which I loved, and I thought he was great in that. I know we're going to see more from him. I thought he just did a really great job. He possibly could be given an Oscar nomination for his role in this movie. He was that good. Bruce Dern also gives an excellent performance. He could receive an Oscar nom for Best Supporting Actor, possibly. And then stick around for the closing credits when you'll get to see photos of the real inmates and their horses. It's a really neat program, and I love that they made a film about this to bring this to our attention. In part of the movie, they say, oh, this program's going to be shut down, but it does good. And so I'm hoping that this movie will bring awareness to the cause and maybe even acquire a little bit more support from the community for it. Thomas Smittle also plays the character whose name is Tom, and in real life, he actually participated in this Mustang program for several years, and in fact, he had the highest selling horse in the history of the program. So I love that they included him as one of the cast members, which was great, and I thought he did a very good job too. It was fascinating to hear several prisoners admit during this one scene that the time it took for them to think about their crime before they committed it was only split seconds. There's a lot that we can learn from this movie about controlling our own temper and controlling our strength. As I mentioned, that theme of controlling strength and power and taking a breath before you move from thought to action. I struggle with that all of the time. I'm not committing crimes or doing anything like that, but many times I'll just say things and then afterwards I think, I could have said that better, or you know what I mean? So I loved that idea of the movie. There's this one scene there's this legit auctioneer. I could never be an auctioneer. I sometimes talk really, really fast, but nothing like that guy. And it almost sounded like he was singing. So I love that they incorporated a lot of real elements, people that really looked legitimately like they were in this program, and they were, and involved in that type of world. So I really liked that. And then the ending just touched my heart, so I loved that. A few things that I didn't really like is, first of all, the grammar Nazi in me spotted some grammatical and spelling errors in that information that's presented to the audience on the screen at the very beginning of the movie. When I first read that, I was like, oh no. Seriously, nobody thought to ensure that the text was written correctly. How detailed and accurate is this movie going to be? It's fine, and who knows, maybe it was even intentional, you know, to kind of give the cowboy feel to the whole thing. I don't know. Anyway, somebody needs to pay me to work on these movies and help with the end screens and stuff. Anyway, while the journey is satisfying, the story is pretty predictable. It's very formulaic. Again, I enjoyed it. I mean, I pretty much knew what was going to happen. Not the details, of course, but I knew where the story, or I thought I knew where the story was going, and I was right. And there's this one part of the movie where this prisoner steals medicine from the hospital or wherever they keep the medicine at the prison. And I just think, is it that easy to steal medicine many times in a prison? And I don't know, maybe this was like low security prison or something. I don't know. And then I have absolutely no idea how accurate the aspects of horse training are in the movie, or prison life for that matter. I'm always fascinated by prison life because I don't plan to ever go to prison. So, you know, what's it really like in there? And so again, I don't know how accurate that was. And I read one review of somebody who was like, oh, that's not how you train a horse. I don't know. When I was a little girl, I took horseback riding lessons. And of course, like every little girl, I wanted a horse. So my dad was very wise, and he said, I'm going to have you take care of these horses that live down the street from where we lived at the time. They're going on vacation, and so they'll pay you to take care of their horse. You know, feed it, water it, brush it. And I was just over the moon. I was so excited, thinking, this is going to be the greatest thing. I'm going to show my dad how I'm ready for a horse. You know, and after a week or so of that, I was like, okay, maybe a dog would be good. Anyway, if you're a horse lover, like I said, you're really going to love this movie. Well, I think that you're going to enjoy this movie. And for a filmmaker, I thought that there were some things that were very well done. And like I said, I expect great things in the future from this director. All right, that's my review of The Mustang. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you really enjoy this movie. If you choose to watch it, like I said, it's coming out on DVD, so now's your chance. Or, I don't know, Redbox or any of those other streaming systems you can enjoy it on. Anyway, thanks for visiting. Bye for now.